tell you the hairpin bends. No, I didn't love it at all.
It's so beautiful but so high up, like it's honestly like scary even putting your phone or even yourself anywhere near the edge.
Okay everybody, we've travelled round today to find kangaroos, and guess what? The only kangaroo we've found is this.
Hi guys, I'm Izzy.
And I'm Jake.
And last year we quit our jobs in England and booked a one-way flight to start backpacking around the world. We spent the first 7 months of our journey backpacking around Asia, and then in January this year we booked a flight to Sydney, Australia. We've been making videos and documenting our journey every step of the way, so if you'd like to join us, please subscribe and enjoy today's video. She braved it in the shower. Did you get bit by a spider?
No. God, it feels really good. So take a look. You'll have seen the previous photographs of my hair.
This is the after.
This is the first time after Sydney I've washed my hair in a shower. When you see it tonight, it ain't gonna look like this. So be prepared, I am still the same woman.
Good morning everybody, welcome to Van Life Day 4. Today we are heading to Woodward National Park, Kangaroo Valley, Carrington Falls and Fitzroy Falls, and heading all through the national park, seeing everything. We're going to return Keith here to his natural habitat in Kangaroo Valley. Hopefully you can see his family, and yeah, hopefully see some kangaroos for Mum.
So yeah, really excited about today. We're sort of really settling now into van life. We're really organised from night time, where if say we're having a bit of an extension of a day, we make the bed up before we get to the campsite, because the campsite is dark. There is no lights anywhere. Expectations, obviously you've got all the gear. Obviously, having travelled internationally, we have just got what we've got. Luckily I brought torches, I bought little twinkly fairy lights, those sort of things, and pegs and string for washing lines. But yeah, it's really important to know that if you are having a full-on day, it does note the times it gets dark, because in different parts of Australia will get dark at different times. Here in the south, weather is mixed. We've had very, very high winds in the night. I'm glad we didn't have the awning on at the back. Yeah. It really was howling, and we are under trees, so I was a little bit worried this morning about 5:30, but it was fine. And then it was very cloudy, but what's happened is the wind has blown the cloud away, which is great. So we've now got a very, very hot day again. Yeah, temperature outside already at 10 to 9 is 22 degrees, so it's nice, because I say Sunday it was a little bit cool after the rain through the night on Saturday, but yeah, it's great, and it's having that flexibility. So certainly if you're having a full-on day like we will tonight, we certainly made up supper before we got back. Great having the van, because you've got the table, the chairs, you can do everything back on the table, and then obviously got those ready for sort of supper. So when we got back, we weren't trying to do it in, under torchlight. Albeit on the campsite there is like a indoor barbecue area with lots of picnic tables underneath with light, so you could use those. But as I say, we having such full days, we're up early and we're to bed early. So, but yeah, great.
Yeah, we'll see you a bit further down. So we also wanted to mention a few of our campsite tricks that we've picked up over the last couple of days. Mum was saying one of the big ones for her was making sure that you have like a big waterproof bag that you can fit all your stuff in.
Yeah, it's really just getting prepped up really for the evening or morning, whenever you prefer to take your shower. This second campsite is a little bit more primitive, what I would call very basic camping, for either tents, camper vans, utes, whatever you have. But what we found was we did a little bit of grocery shopping, and I said to us, well, I'm going to get one of those $1 look like a freezer bag, like a little square bag, for 50p. Saves you bringing a bag over that's for your waterproof beachwear or whatever. Because what I found was the shower's there, you have a shower and the whole floor floods right the way over to the other side of the building, so anything you've got on the floor is wet. So if you keep everything in there that you need, it's absolutely brilliant. And for 50p you can just move it across, everything stays dry in it, it dries dead quick, and it's multi-purpose, so you could take it on the beach if you wanted to. So you don't have to bring the beach bag with you, unless you want to look the part and look really designy and have the basket bag and the beach bag. But then I'm weight and long haul flying.
One of my big tips is always making sure you got flip-flops to hand, because it's easy to just go to the bathroom, and always shower in flip-flops. I don't know how anybody would want to go in any of those showers without something on their feet.
And you can buy flip-flops really cheap over in Australia, and that would probably like most things. But again, if you're not going near shop areas, totally understand that, because we want to totally avoid shopping. It's not our thing at all.
Well, that was very funny. We made it all the way up this hill to try and get to Kangaroo Valley, and the whole road's closed. We made it all the way up there and then we had to come all the way back down. But we're in Bury now and it looks so cute here. We've already picked out the houses that we would want in the future. So we're going to walk around Bury for a bit and then get back in the car and go the A1 way to Kangaroo Valley and continue up that way. But yes, very interesting. Lookout Point, very high up. Mum's just drove all the way up from the bottom.
Shoalhaven City. Oh, let me tell you, the hairpin bends. No, I didn't love it at all. The thing is, because there's no gears, you're relying on an automatic to do it for you. I could smell the oil, and all I had was in my dad's voice in my ears going, "Don't go more than 2 revs. You are flogging the engine, Wendy." So yeah, but we got up here, but it's a very, very beautiful, amazing view in the mountains. It's incredible.
Yeah, but really we came all the way through Kangaroo Valley. No kangaroos. Sorry, Keith, not found your family yet.
No.
So yeah, we're still hoping we see some along the way, but none in Kangaroo Valley.
But we saw another
echidna.
Echidna.
Fitzroy Falls. It's so beautiful but so high up, like it's honestly like scary even putting your phone or even yourself anywhere near the edge to look over, but it is so pretty. It's so crazy. I was saying to my mum that like Australia is so massive that I feel like when you Google Australia to come here, half the things that you can see don't even show up, because like I feel like the first things that always pop up are Uluru and the Great Barrier Reef and kind of like the east coast of Queensland, and then even like Perth. But like these places and all these national parks are so amazing. It's crazy that you just don't hear about them as much as the other ones. Back into Woodward National Park to see Carrington Falls and Kangaroo River. Again, another thing named after kangaroos. I feel like if you're going to name it after an animal, it has to kind of be like a guarantee that you're going to see the animal. Kangaroo Valley and Kangaroo River had no kangaroos apart from Keith, and he's not real. What did you think of Carrington Falls and Fitzroy Falls?
Really incredibly amazing. In the national parks, great facilities, picnic tables, toilets, visitor centre, and the falls themselves were absolutely fabulous. My advice would be plan your journey before you come to Australia. Just choose your area, whether it be southern, east, north, whichever area, and plan where you're going to see. It is so vast, there is so much to do. You really need to just literally plan it, absolutely plan it. Because it really is incredible. There's so much to see, and it could be really over you don't want to try and do too much in a short amount of time, because you wouldn't get to see
want
to be able to enjoy it as well. You know, for us, we're travelling around. It's not a sunbathing holiday. It's about seeing the country. It's about spending mum and daughter time together, catching up. You know, we've just had a picnic inside the park there, just got the camping tables out, had a picnic, got the bed ready for tonight, so it doesn't matter what time we get back to the campground now. It's just a case of basically going to the bathroom and it's bed, and it won't be late because it'll be pitch black. But it's that sort of thing. It's getting ready and organised, so it's nice to do it in the daylight so you can see everything properly, because you can't stand up in this camper van. This camper van is literally horizontal. It's
like a big car with the beds in the back. As someone that's done it in a car and without a car, I would definitely recommend using a car to get around Australia. The public transport is great, like we loved all the Greyhound buses, and the public buses aren't too bad, but the freedom of being able to not have to check timetables and times, and just being able to get in the car and drive to where you want to.
Sorry Isabel, but not only that, the buses don't come to places like this.
That's it.
So you're sticking to the main tourist areas, the main public areas.
Or you then have to pay for the tours to come and see places like this, which can cost a fortune to see every single thing.
Well, we saw one tour, didn't we? I think it was Wild Kangaroo Tours. It was at the last falls we went to. Met a lovely lady called Sonia who'd emigrated from South Africa, Joburg, and she was saying about where we're going, and she said we've got a great route that I've planned. So it's really important, have a look, because everybody likes to do different things. So you have to suit what you want. So if you like to have fine dining and go to the wineries, then you look at those sort of areas, and areas where there's some good eating places, and link that in then with your accommodation. Certainly there's the New South Wales National Park app that they recommend to download, and most tourist information still, as they did in Canada back in 1997, they still will book on forward accommodation for you. So that's a really good point as well. If you're not sure where to stay, find your local tourist information, go in and say, right, we're in the area, where would you recommend us to stay? this is what we need. You know, if you want something boutique-y, if you want something basic, purely dependent on your budget, they are really great, and they will know place and they'll forward it on and book it in for you, especially when all these parks don't have Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
So
or a signal to use data.
That's right. So you've got to really plan and prepare and know you've got everything. Like Isabel and I have got a fridge in the back of the camper van. We've got all the basics like tea bags, milk, and things for like snacks. So we had like some mini cucumbers and tomatoes, ham, cheese, soda bread, which lasts longer than ordinary bread if that's what you like, because obviously it's holding it, and that's what we tend to do. We tend to just have 2 like meals a day, really, if that's what you class them as. Cereal in the morning, and then basically fresh salad things as well. So yeah.
And it's good that there's lots of free public toilets everywhere, which we've found, and they're all relatively cleaner than some of the campgrounds.
There was actually some today in Bury, which is a beautiful, beautiful town. I mean, there was even a fantastic I could have listened to it all day. She had a saxophone with it. It was just fabulous. Reminded me very much of Jasper in Canada, and but what a chill vibe that place has got. But the toilets there were painted like a horse stables. I've never seen anything like it in your life.
I got a video of it. So
fillies and mare, and it was just incredible,
Yeah.
incredible. But everywhere, is available. You know, so England, take note. We need more public loos available for people.
for free as well. A lot of the ones I've been to in Europe charge you €1 for every time you want to go in, which is quite a lot, really. A whole euro just to use the loo every time you want to go. But yeah, now we're heading to Minnamora Rainforest and Jamboree, and then up back to Killalea.
Okay, everybody, we've travelled around today to find kangaroos, and guess what? The only kangaroo we've found is this, Keith. Keith, the only guy who's now the only kangaroo who's now on his own, because as Isabel just said, we're the only family you've got, Keith, and you couldn't even show us your family. So you know what? You better behave, otherwise you're going to deflate very quickly. Over to you, Isabel. Oh, by the way, Keith, sort her out, because she just killed a gnat. She killed a gnat on the windscreen of the vehicle and just left it there and thought, haha, payback. I went, payback for what?
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Yeah, it's left here, isn't it?
Yeah. An interesting way to finish today's video. We spent the morning having breakfast and then helping 2 guys jump start their car because it ran out of battery.
They were from Argentina.
Yeah,
one was
in
studying,
Sydney.
well, both staying in Sydney, one studying and one working, so yeah.
So that's our good deed for the day. If you liked today's video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.
Over 40,000 kilometres just to see you, Skippy. Get your ass out of the hills, man.
Yep. In a car and without a car, yeah. Uh-oh.
Thankfully, Isabel likes me today and didn't push me over.